Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to You Do You Unfiltered with me. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Adonica Albert, and I'm the host of podcast You Do You Unfiltered. I'm going into my second podcast of my new area of podcasting. And the last podcast, which was my number one first podcast, is that I shared where I've been over the last year because I kind of took like a sabbatical from podcasting. And I shared a little bit about last year. I lost my mom May 2nd last year, and I it was a long year and lots have changed, but I shared that and if you're interested in where I've been and what happened last year, you can go back there. We might touch on it a little bit this time around, but really talked about my inner strength and where I've come full circle, kind of. It's almost like a butterfly in a cocoon. I'm here. But but today I want to talk about what comes after my last year for me. And when I think about it, I have a new title for it. And this is I would say, my new normal, my new normal life, my new normal me. And the reason I call it a new normal, because the old one was just normal. But now that I reinvented myself, if that's what the word is reinventing myself, I'm my new normal now because now I've taken on other, how would I say, not personalities, but other responsibilities as since my mom has passed for my dad, I'm now the caregiver of my father, which my mom was the caregiver of my father. And so I've taken that and the new normal, my new normal, we're going to talk about a little bit of how it's actually changed me a bit because what happens when you go through something that changes you and you don't feel like the same person anymore, it is a shock to the system. And that's kind of what happened is that I changed. I changed for the better. I think I have changed for the better. I've got this inner strength. I've got this sense of responsibility that I didn't think I would ever have because I always thought in my brain, we always thought, and the most time we always thought that my dad would go first and I would not be doing the caretaking role with him or the parenting role. It's kind of like a parenting sometimes. But I didn't know that this would happen so quick, and it happened very quick. And in the first episode, I explained it was less than 5 months. So this new normal for me is kind of like something that I have to embrace. I have to take in, I have to embrace, I have to put up boundaries, I have to call on support systems, I have to call in support with friends and family. I have to, it's totally brand new to me of what I'm doing. And sometimes I just sit back and going, whoa, I just need to chill, I just need to sit, I just need to calm down, I need to take a moment and get grounded again. And if y'all know what grounding is, it's fantastic. And grounding can mean a lot of things to everyone. And for me, it's working out, or if it's going for a long walk, or it's just sitting and breathing in quietness. I really love being alone. It's getting that grounding so I can step forward. And the forwardness of stepping forward is like spinning on a hamster wheel because you're going around, round, 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 and then you just jump off of that quiet time. And that's what I feel like I've been doing for the last year. But in the long run, it's made me stronger. But I'm not saying I got there in well, I kind of stepped into the role immediately once my mom had passed away. Kind of had to do that for my father. My dad, I love him to death. No, my mother was his caregiver, so I kind of just went whoop whoop. And it feels a little bit different. I am the caregiver. I also live a far, far away from my father, so I'm in Canada. So provinces, if you know, we got provinces. I'm about 3 provinces over, so it's a flight for me and a phone call. But I feel different. I feel grown up. Actually, that's a great word to use. Two words actually, grown up, because I jumped into my mom's shoes right away. Like I like seriously, I feel grown up, but I still sometimes lack the lower energy part of it. But that's that hamster wheel and the adrenaline flow that gets you through the days when you need to get through the days. And when I can jump off that hamster wheel and regroup and ground and take the time for myself to feel good, then I can get back on that hamster wheel and continue what I'm doing. God forbid I don't have to do this for the rest of my life, because as this is the first year, her anniversary is coming up. It'll be the first year we've got systems in place. But this new normal is shocking, but it also shifts my priorities as well, because my dad's my priority now. He is my priority. I phone him every day, twice a day. FaceTime is a little difficult, but we'll get to that eventually. It's a learning experience for him. For me, it's I call him and see how he's doing. And of course, people take pictures of him, so I know he's not getting skinnier and he looks good. Like, you know what I mean? So, my mother was the FaceTime lady. My dad was not the FaceTime man, let me tell you. So the phone calls are what I do right now, but the shifting priority. Not that I don't forget about my family too, but they're on two priority lanes. I've got dad over here, I got my husband and my son over here. Now, guarantee my son is not home. He's at school away, but my husband's home. So is my cat. But my husband is home, and that is a priority shift from I have to do both. So, not that they're on the same lane of priorities, they're on different lanes. Dad needs a little bit more. My family can sustain when I'm not here because I do fly back and forth quite a bit. It takes a lot of emotion, a lot of mental, a lot of physical, emotional, mental, physical, whatever I have in me, in the strength to do what I do, going back and forth. And that's where that hamster wheel kicks in when the adrenal flow keeps going, and then I hop off to do what I have to do for me to continue that adrenaline flow. And things that used to matter don't matter as much anymore for me, because I used to be very strict. I gotta go for a walk. I gotta go work out. And now it's just, you know what? If my dad needs me, it's okay. I can miss the workout. So it's weird how that's kind of doesn't matter anymore. I don't sweat the small stuff around. What I do is prior, I can't even say that word. Whatever he needs, I am there for him. And if I find it really silly, I let him know. So we have great conversations around that. So the new normal seems to be starting to be my new normal, if that makes sense, because normal's normal, but when you have to shift over to that new normal, then that just is nutty. It's nutty, and it's kind of like I don't know. You step out of your shoes and you go into someone else's shoes, but they're yours. And you step forward, you get off that hamster wheel. When you're overwhelmed, you either reach out or you ground yourself. But that adrenaline rush is crazy. And the most important thing I can say is just you got to take care of you. You have to be your own advocate. You have to let your body know, and you know that if you're not feeling well today, it's okay. It's okay, and that's a normal life too as well. But mostly when you're taking that big change that I have taken, you really have to, really have to step out and step back and go, whoa, I need some space. I can't go back to where I was. I try to go back to where I was, but I can't get there. No, it doesn't feel right now because I've been in this new normal for, I'll be coming up to a year. Actually, I've been over a year because it started last January when my mom was in the hospital and I was doing the hamster wheel. It took me last January to probably April to get support and help. But it doesn't, I can't go back. I try to go back to who I was before, but that doesn't work because right now it's whatever I've done and wherever I shifted to make this new normal work is working. And why it doesn't work? Because my whole body has changed mentally, physically, emotionally, has changed in order to make things work on this side where I am the caregiver of my father. I am the caregiver of my father 100% of the time, even though I'm three provinces over, he's that priority. I'm also doing what I can do for being the mom and the wife on this priority lane, which is my husband and my son. And sometimes it's frustrating because sometimes you want people to read your minds. And I think that's where the frustration goes. where I want my husband to read my mind and say, "Are you okay today?" But I can't assume that he's going to do that, so I have to explain. So it gets a little frustrating that I've moved to this new normal because it's you want people to reach out, but you don't even know what you want. And it's frustrating. Do I need to ask for help? Yes, of course I need to ask for help. But you're frustrating because you want them to assume that you want them to ask you. And I get frustrated about that because what about me is what I'm saying. But now it's starting to subside a bit because I'm allowing myself to say, you know what, I kind of need some help. I need that. So at the beginning, frustrated, angry, very frustrated of not getting all the support I needed with family and friends. I gotta say friends were really good, but mostly family because they didn't know what I needed and I didn't know how to explain it. But as I've moved forward through this year, now I can tell people what I need. I can say to them, this is what I need from you. So the frustration has actually subsided a bit. I'll always be overwhelmed. I'll always be frustrated, but I have to look back to where I was way back then to where I am now and say, you know what? Stops here. Story in my head is better than it was back there because everybody has a life. Not everybody can step up and sideswipe their life and say, "I gotta help over here." You have to do what you have to do, but you also have to do what you need to do for you. And that's the one is biggest lesson. And I usually get frustrated. Oh, really? I got to do what I have to do? That's frustration when you're rejecting what you need to do. But frustration and overwhelmness, and when you get to that place, you have to have an outlet because that wheel's going to spin, 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 spin. I used to have a hamster, so I watched the hamster spin on the wheel. That was me. But when somebody says, "Want to go for coffee? Let me buy you a coffee. Let me talk." She brings me over a snack when like I haven't eaten because I'm frustrated and overwhelmed. That's what matters. That's what gets me through the day and gets me through the weeks and months and reaching out and going, I'm going to see dad. I'm going to see or dad's reaching out going, I'm going up to our Italian family for Easter and I don't have to worry about them. So that's it's quite important to know that it's okay to be frustrated, it's okay to be overwhelmed, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You just it has to be. It has to be. And you know what? The goal isn't to go back. I've tried. My goal is not to go back to where I was a year ago. And I look back at the year ago, how sharp I was, and I get angry super easy, and I didn't know where to put all my feelings, and didn't know who to talk to because my dad was going through something. I was going through something. My brothers were as great as they could be. My husband didn't know what to say because his brother was dying, and my son is my son. I don't expect him to help me out, but this is something that I'm going to just say it. You can do all the freaking I'm going to just be unfiltered here. All the freaking acupuncture, meditation. You can do all of that. But I'm going to tell you what helped me the most when my hamster wheel was doing, I don't know, 500 miles per hour. And when my mom got the diagnosis that she had brain cancer, anyone looked at me sideways, I would cry. And this is where you have to ask for help, medical help. And if it wasn't for my fabulous doctor, and she called me when she found out my mom was dying, and she says, what can I do? And I said, I had no idea because I was just crying. And she goes, let's do this. And she made the call to put me on an anxiety pill and a sleeping pill. And to this day, I take an anxiety pill and I take a sleeping pill at night because you're on this wheel. And when I was at home last year, I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking, what's next? What's next? What I got to do? I got to do this. I got to do that. When I took away is that you got to reach out to the professionals to help you to get through that. You can do all the other stuff too as well to get you to that place, but if your mind is nutty and crazy, you need sanity and you need sleep. Sleep is so important when you're going through a change in a traumatic experience. Sleep is what you need. And I wasn't getting sleep, so I was cockeyed. Plus, now I'm flying back and forth, so time change was kind of weird, but you just have to do that. If you could take something away at this moment, when if you're in a situation or a season, I call it, where you're out of control, ask for the medical help, ask professionals, do your meditation, do your yoga, do everything else, but ask for the professional help. That is the best takeaway I can get you. And letting things evolve the way they have evolved. Absolutely. I don't dwell on what I said yesterday to my dad. If it was a little bit aggressive, we would talk about it. But he understands. I have to make him understand that we're both evolving. This is our new normal. We're evolving. Mom's not here. We're evolving. And that's the one thing that that it's like a new person. It's almost like when I think about the apes and then the humans come up, I feel like I've done this. I'm evolving. My hair's bigger. I'm a lot healthier, kind of. I'm healthier. I'm evolving so I can do what I'm doing on this high caregiving gear I'm in on the hamster wheel. So it's quite amazing. So you gotta hold on. You gotta honor yourself. You gotta honor the new energy. You have to let your priorities shift or have two lanes of priorities, but make them balanced. Stop forcing the old version of you to come back in because this new change is great because I believe that we step forward. We never go backwards. I don't know, backwards is backwards. But you go forward. And I'm enjoying my new forwardness and my new normal and my new me. I'm really enjoying her. It's I wouldn't be here if I wasn't enjoying her because I don't think I would have come back to this podcast. But you got to move slower, and that's okay. That's okay too. Baby steps, because in any traumatic, dramatic change in life, it's baby steps. But ask for the help. Do your natural meditation, yoga, whatever you do. But please, if you can't get control of the other stuff, ask for the medical help. You're in a soft, if you're in a soft place now, like I am, a soft place to fall, which I am, and I love it. I have the support. I have the support. You're not lost. You're just changing. And I love that you're not lost. You're just changing. And I always remember playing in the forest or playing outside because I'm from the 60s, by the way, playing outside and we get lost, but we always found our way home. We always got there. We always got there. If I look back on my life, my mother was my guide, and she got me to where I am, being this little girl that you see right now. And I know she's smiling down at me. She was my best friend. My She was my support system. My dad is now. And Donica, you go, whatever you do, and I support you. And she, trust me, she has. But yeah, slow down. It's okay. Slow down. Enjoy the space where you are right now. Just enjoy it. So last week I shared a little bit about from my mom's journal, if you remember. And today I want to end this episode by sharing something. Actually, remember, it's for Evan. She wrote it when I was pregnant, and she wrote dates. So I'm just going to share one of the first, or maybe two of the dates that she wrote in, and we're just going to start at the beginning because when I was reading, I haven't really read it, so I have my glasses on for you today. But let's start. So we got the intro last week, and now it's January 8th, 1999. And she wrote to me, this is the book. See, look how gorgeous it is. This is the book. Again, I got my Phoenix because I miss her so much. January 8th, 1999. Mommy placed an ice pack on her stomach after her needle, and it seems that you moved over to the other side. So let me clarify this. I'm a stroke patient. I had to do heparin injections when I was pregnant with Evan, just so my blood was thinner. So I had to give myself heparin injections and seriously use the move because it would have to be in my stomach where all the fat was. So I told her that and she wrote it down. So let's go to January 10th. That's my dad's birthday, actually. It's Grandpa's birthday today. Mommy phoned to wish him a happy birthday. Then she and I talked for quite a while. She told me that you must really like your daddy's touch. Apparently, he gave a little push. Apparently, you gave a little push on her tummy and it felt movement from you. She tried the same thing but felt nothing. She said to you, "Hey, I'm the one who's going to nurse you. Uncle Jesse and Auntie Jo, oh, I gotta say, Uncle Jesse and Auntie Jose told Mommy to put a Walkman on her tummy. So she did. She played classical music, but you gave no response. Your parents threaded a needle. Daddy hung it over Mommy's tummy. The saying is that if if it moves back and forth, it's a boy. It'll be a boy. If it goes in a circular motion, then it'll be a girl. According to the movement, Mommy's first child will be a boy, and the second will be a girl, and the third will be a boy. Mommy held the needle over Daddy. It signaled a boy for the first child, a girl for the second child. Then Daddy, feeling silly, I think, told Mommy to get away. Thank you for coming and listening to this, and I hope you enjoy my podcast. It's You Do You Unfiltered with me. And thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are.